Welcome back to another episode of MMA on the Moon, episode 10. Devin, glad to have you back. I know we missed you last week. We had Gene kind of somewhat fill in, but not really fill in. Definitely looking forward to having him back and us three being together on the podcast. But um, yeah, man, glad to have you back. This weekend's card was fantastic. I got to get your initial thoughts just off of everything that happened this past weekend.
Yeah, I thought it was a phenomenal card, top, bottom. The prelims I thought delivered. Um, every fight but one on the regular prelims ended in a KO. Early prelims were fun. There was a bunch of decisions, but they were still fun. Austin Vanderford lost, which was I didn't think he'd lose, but he lost. But yeah, I mean, Patchy Mix lost by decision. I thought he won that, but
Yeah,
you had
it was
Shabazian
close.
win by KO, Santos by KO. Uh, I may pronounce this wrong, but Gaudier.
Yeah,
Oh
Gaudier,
my,
Gaudier.
Gaudier, dude, that dude is fucking
Yeah,
an animal.
that's gonna be
Like
a powerhouse. I mean, that dude legit has nukes.
he's he's so strong. Like I don't know what he hit the other guy with. It was just like a little short hook, but
You're talking about the
he like
finish?
just grabbed him. Yeah, he like grabbed him.
Yeah,
He hit him and then like grabbed him and just threw him off of him basically.
yeah. I mean, it legit looked like the guy got rocked like from getting hit against the fence, which I wasn't sure like if that was what happened or if there was, because I know he was hitting him with those elbows
I
before
think it
like the
was the
throw, and I think that's what kind of maybe started it, and then maybe like just the getting tossed around like that, kind of just finished it in a way. But
I
a
think he
weird
caught him
finish,
with a
kind of.
short. Yeah, I think he caught him with like a short hook or something coming in, but it wasn't like a significant hit. And then those elbows, and then kind of just big brothered him and threw him
Yeah,
down. It was it was nasty.
yeah, that's actually a really good
But
term to
that,
use that because that's
yeah,
that's truly like what it looked like. It looked like a guy just didn't even, but it looked like we weren't even seeing a weight class for first off. Like that dude's just way too big for 185, man.
dude,
I don't know how
he
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 makes it.
is. I'm looking at a picture right now of him next to Sean Strickland, and I'm like, holy
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, that's a big guy for sure. Um, I know a lot of
He's
people have been kind of saying that like I could see him moving up to 205 at some point, and I definitely agree with that. There's no way that guy stays at 185 unless he's willing to take like I guess that serious of a diet. But I feel like cutting that much weight just it compromises you. There's no way it doesn't.
listen, if he can make that weight and fight like he did, by all means, could continue because
Yeah,
he
100%.
looks like he'll be dominant at that weight class.
Yeah, I wonder how it'll look like once we start seeing him against a more legit people. Because I mean, who knows? Especially like after a first round, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot that could happen and change, and even mindset wise. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to kind of seeing him progress in the middleweight division, and especially if he gets up there in I don't know, a year and a half or 2 years or so, and he's up there with all those other guys. Like middleweight could be super exciting for the next 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years.
I agree. I mean, he could be a difference maker. I just don't want them to rush him
Yeah,
into fighting a big name right off the jump.
it seems like he has a good manager from the matchups he's been given right now, and so I don't know who his manager is. Maybe Ali, but because that dude just manages everybody. But I I think his manager is doing a good job, or at least maybe he's even just doing a good job asking for certain matchups and not rushing into it. Because I feel like at this point you could see some guys that are already trying to fight some sort of veteran. Because this is
Yeah.
what his third fight in the UFC, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, usually about that third or fourth fight, we start seeing those prospects look for veterans to, I guess, kind of take their hype or name or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see kind of where he goes even next to see on where they give him, competition wise.
Yeah, I hope they give him a little step up in competition. I don't want him to just go in there and start fighting ranked guys, but
Yeah,
someone a little more
like a
that'll give
top
him a little more
25.
pushback. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see someone that'll give him some pushback so I can see where his competition level is going to be, if he deserves to be in there with the top guys or if he's just going to dominate these guys on short notice or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that's. I mean, hopefully, I don't want to say can crushing because I feel like can crushing is such a disrespectful term, but sometimes it's the truth. Yeah, I just think that if he's going to keep doing that, how old is he? He's not that old, is he?
Um, he is,
He's 23. Holy
yeah. Oh,
shit.
so he's still young.
Holy shit, dude. That is insane. Wow. Okay, he's been in the second round before. It was for Dana White Contender Series. This phone's
He's,
terrible, man. And he lost a
he's
split.
young, dude.
That's his only loss so far. But
And that was
that was the
really,
second fight, I think.
yeah.
So
And everything else, dude, he's just been on
yeah,
the KO streak.
yeah, dude. I mean, he got to even land a punch. He threw
No,
one.
he was so scared. You
I
could
don't blame
tell,
him.
like
I don't blame him.
he was running around the edge of the octagon, and I was not gonna lie, that was like plus 200 or something odds for it to go over 1 round, and I was just hoping he'd continue to just run.
Did you bet on that?
Yeah. I was like, it might go 1 round, so I took it, and no, dude, first chance he got in there, he got smoked.
You're like, yeah, that was a bad bet. Sorry, computer freaked out on me for a second.
Oh no, you're good.
Um, yeah. Anyways, that was a good way to kind of cap off the prelims and everything. But
How did you how did you feel, or how did you score that patchy mix? And
I mean,
uh,
I honestly think it could have gone either way. I had Patchy winning, like first watching it, but like I think it's just really one of those fights that could have gone either way.
I had Patchy winning. I feel like he had most of the dominant positions, more control time, and I get like he didn't have the damage aspect of it, but I don't think Wicklax, that's how you say it, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think he had like a significant amount of damage that would have countered that.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's why I kind of say like it could go either way. Like I thought I was obviously like way more of a grappling match. I thought. Um,
I mean, Patchy had 5 of 7 takedowns. Wicklax had none. He had more strikes and submission attempts, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just
I don't know. I think the submission attempts probably just ended up winning him that fight. Because
see, and dude, this the scoring
yeah,
criteria. I, d- I don't understand it sometimes. Um,
no, I'm with you on that. Because and again, I feel like the only thing that hurt Patchy as well was that if it was like the old scoring, he would have won that fight just due to being on top. You know what I mean for a lot of it. But yeah, just with that new scoring, it sucks for guys like that who are used to winning that way. And I mean, quite frankly, Patchy does kind of lay a bit, but it's always been effective for him. And I think he's just kind of
I mean,
realizing that he needs to add new wrinkles to his game if he wants to even think about continuing a MMA career. He's only 32.
yeah,
Like he
he
could.
had almost 8 minutes of control time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was closer than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought Patchy like would have done better, but at the same
Yeah,
time, I think like me and Gene had kind of talked about it as well. You know, that uh, guy he fought. I'm not even gonna pronounce his name. The guy he fought was a very well talented champion. And 10 submission finishes. Like, he's somewhat legit at the ground at least at that point. And and then just kind of seeing how patchy was his last fight. You would think that he would go to the ground a bit more and have success, but I don't know. He's just been impressively a bust, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm I haven't been thrilled with how he's debuted in the UFC, especially being a former Bellator champion and some of the wins he has.
Yeah,
He has come over and not displayed really his skill set or talents, I think. Like I don't know what's going on with him. You would have thought someone like Patchy would come over and succeed and have the grappling advantage to take some of these guys, but
yeah.
I don't know. And by the looks of it, it looks like the UFC is going to try and feed him to names that are going to be hard for him to win. Because I mean, if you know anything about Dana, especially Bellator and PFL guys, if they come in and don't do well, he's going to and just make money off their name and promote someone else.
Yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see on, I guess, what happens to him because I know that Cage Warrior champion who recently signed, I think like on short notice. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember his.
I don't know his
Yeah,
name.
let me go back to the card real quick. But anyways, he was saying that I think that was a Lopez. No, not Lopez. But he was saying that they give him a 3 fight contract, I think, and they said that they don't have to guarantee a third fight if they do bad enough, I guess, in those first 2 fights. And so I wonder if Patchy is somewhat on that same contract to where he hasn't won his first 2 fights. I think obviously this being a split kind of helps him out because he did win on a judge's scorecard, just not the other two. And I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I think that Danish is going to build off his name and then probably let him go because it's not
Yeah,
like he's
he
young, so or
he
super
usually
young.
does that to guys, especially from other organizations. If um they don't win the fights and they don't bring the value, he'll just use someone else to build their name and then put them to the curb.
Yeah, yeah, which is, I mean, in a way, kind of a shame, but at the same time, like again, kind of what you were saying, we expect a certain level to come out whenever you're a champion in a different organization, even if it's
Yeah,
Bellator. Like it's not like Bellator had absolute bums. Like it had probably bums for most of the roster, yeah, but like those top guys were. I mean, they're still kind of legit. I mean, go look at kind of what they're doing in PFL right now. You know, I think what's his name? Fucking that middleweight guy. I think he moved up to the light heavyweight though.
in PFL.
Yeah, I think he was a Bellator guy. I thought at first. Oh, man, I can't fucking remember his name. But anyways, oh no, it was the Imavov and Brawler fight or card, I think. Um, yeah, Harry Hardwick. That's who I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Does that ring a bell at all?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, he was on the Imavov and Brahalo fight night card, and he was the one saying about the whole two fights guaranteed and the third one not if you suck that bad. But
I think I think a lot of fighters get on that.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause I've known I personally know someone who got a 3 fight contract and then he did two and then they were like, no.
That's crazy to me, dude. Like, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Especially probably who they get matched up against as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
can be pretty
I'm
tough.
Yeah, tough competition, so it was they were hard wins for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess like to even that, like they could win both those fights, and Dana could still be like, "Eh, yeah, I'm good."
Yeah.
It's like, damn, okay.
Yeah, he'd be like, all right, yeah.
Or same thing.
But
Same thing is with fucking contender series too. You know what I mean? Those people do really good on there sometimes, and then it's like, "You're not ready, kid." It's like, what? What are you watching?
yeah, I feel like Dana is so like wish-washy with some of those.
I don't know why either. Like it doesn't make any sense. The consistency isn't obvious, at least to me. But
Oh yeah, I sometimes I don't know what he's looking for because
I,
he just
I don't either. It just doesn't. Something I'm kind of like, you signed that, like for real, but you wouldn't sign
yeah
that.
yeah yeah. Let someone go who won in like a flashy knockout, but then someone who has like a crazy decision or a close decision, he's like, yeah, I'll take you.
Yeah, which
Like
again,
what?
it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing, Dana? But speaking
Or
of
when?
a contender series alum, Joe Pfeiffer won his fight against Abus with a
Oh
sub.
yeah,
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck
dude,
is that about?
that one I was upset with because in my picks I said he was gonna win late first round, early second round knockout, and it looked like he was gonna knock him out.
Yeah,
And then he went for a sub, and I was like, what?
yeah. I was like, what is this son of a
That
bitch
wasn't on
doing,
my bingo card.
dude? I mean,
I should have just put finish, but I was like, he's gonna win by KO.
yeah. I mean, that's like the most obvious way. I mean, considering how Abus like takes punches, anyways.
Yeah, and
Like,
it went exactly how I game planned it to. It Abus is gonna come out strong. He looked really good that first round, and then he's gonna gas late first round, early second round. He'll get finished.
yeah,
Went exactly how I thought because that's just how he fights every fight almost.
yeah. Someone was trying to fucking argue with me on TikTok, saying that Abus was gonna outgas, or I guess Pfeiffer was gonna gas first to a boost, which
No,
I was like, "Who the fuck have you been watching, dude? Like, that is
no,
no, like not at all."
it went exactly how I thought it would, and until the sub, and I was like, what?
Abus was hitting Pfeiffer with some really good shots though in that like first half
Yeah,
of that round. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Man, Pfeiffer may be going out here pretty soon," but nah, he always finds that shot, man. Does something with it. Yeah, what a sub
yeah,
win,
yeah, it was a good win.
fucker.
I know that motherfucker had to fucking ruin my shit.
And
Um,
Zalal getting a really good sub as well.
yeah, another sub, and that was a so that one I understand. I mean, coming from I've had my arm fractured in an arm bar, uh, so I understand like I guess where the fear of getting hurt, but that I felt like that submission was so quick. Like he was still in the
Yeah,
process of fighting it, and he verbally tapped, and
I wonder if looking back at it, because I mean Zalal was kind of like off the ground, wasn't he?
his butt was off the ground, and
So he's
he
like just
was
his shoulders were
almost
kind of like on the mat.
yeah, and Emmett was trying to stack him.
Yeah.
But Zalal had a great position, and it was deep, but
See,
Emmett was still holding on to his arm.
I think to me, Josh probably was just scared. Like he probably felt his hand slipping, and
Yeah,
I think that he was like, if I like let him go, like I'm not gonna be able to stack him the way I want. So and that he already knows like Zalal's just gonna fucking try to break that shit. So
yeah,
I mean, again, I'm with you. Like I understand it, but at the same time, like especially where the position Josh Emmett is at in his career, I thought he would have fought a little bit more.
yeah. I understand the position of not wanting to get your arm broke in that situation and get hurt, but from a fan perspective, I was like, fuck, you should have. Or
Yeah,
an entertainment position like perspective, I was like, shit, you should have fucking tried more. I wanted to see more of the fight because that. I mean, Emmett didn't even land a punch.
nah. Which was, I mean,
There,
really good fight by Zalal. Like he executed that beautifully.
yeah, it was a beautiful submission, and it's crazy too because he was just out of the UFC too.
Yeah, yeah. His comeback has been pretty impressive to see. But yeah, I mean, even watching
He
that with my whole
left and
family
he
and stuff
came
like
back.
that, they were all like, "Where was the tap?" And I was all like, "I guess he verbally tapped because I didn't see a tap.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna
and you
like
could hear
be
it
able
on
to
the
see it."
replay.
Yeah, yeah,
He yelled tap 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 tap.
yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Disappointing as a
crazy.
Josh Emmett fan, but
Oh,
understandable.
100%. it is so crazy though. Like looking at Dalal, he had the 2020 lost to Poria. He
Yeah,
had
which look
two
where
other
that's at now.
wins. Yeah. And then he lost to Sean Woodson and
Really?
Choi Sung Woo. Yeah. Both by decision in 21. 22, he went to draw with Damon Blackshear. He was out for the rest of 22, came back in 24, and has won one, two, three, four, five fights, all against Jack Shore, Jarno Aarons, Billy, Q, Josh Emmett, and Calvin Cater. So, I mean, he's put together some good names on this resume. So, whatever he did when he left the UFC worked.
Yeah, that Jack Shore finish was honestly really impressive. That's probably like one of my top finishes for him. I mean, the way he was able to get that knee in, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that Josh Emmett performance again, just kind of that's for sure his best one to date. And that's great. I had no idea he fought Shad Winston. I don't remember that fight at all.
Yeah, that was in
Rosenstrike and
20.
Sakai. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Can you believe that Derek Lewis, and Olenek was a fight night headliner in 2020?
I can believe it.
That's
I can believe
crazy.
it. There was a time Olenek was just going out there and putting some fucking that sub he always hit people with the
Ugh, that shit looked nasty.
but it's such a simple like it's a choke that they teach you or that at least they taught us as a white belt to use in your gi.
Oh, really?
And I was yeah, and I was like, I can't believe this dude is hitting people with that and fucking
I mean, it's so funny that you say that because it
what was
really
that?
just shows kind of I guess where the skill level was for not only heavyweights but I feel like the whole UFC in general. Like in terms of like where really those guys were still able to be specialists, like Damian Maya for example, and them being able to use that. But like nowadays, there's no way they
E-
would last.
Yeah, the Ezekiel
Olenek might
choke.
last right now, but just because of how bad heavyweight is. But like, I don't think like Maya really probably goes anywhere.
Oh no.
But
Olenek, yeah, the state of heavyweight, I think he could
oh,
if he was younger, he could
yeah,
compete.
yeah, because if I remember correctly, he didn't have that bad of a chin. It was only until like really later in
No.
his career that he kind of started getting dropped. But I could be wrong on that. I wasn't the biggest Olenek fan.
Saw him fight one time in person here in San Antonio.
It's a big dude.
Yeah, he
Speaking
can
of big
fight.
dudes, Jiri Prochazka and Khalil Roundtree Jr. Holy shit.
Oh, don't even,
Holy shit. Um,
dude. That fight was pure insanity.
yeah, dude. I first off, I guess like what we were talking about before we started. Yuri looked bad. Yuri looked really bad for a hot second, and
Yeah,
it was kind of confusing. It's kind of worrying. It's like where's this gonna go? But just Yuri doing Yuri things, finding a way to pull it off, baby.
yeah. I mean, for the first two rounds and then the beginning of that third round, he was, especially the first two rounds, he was just throwing a lot of like wild stuff, hands down, and Khalil looked so fast. I was even texting you during it. I was like, holy shit, he looks
Yeah,
fast. Everything that he's throwing is with speed and violence, and he's in and out real quick, and he's connecting with everything on Yuri. Like,
the
I
power
don't
that
think
guy
he was missing
has.
very many shots. Yeah, and his speed looked insane.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh man, this isn't looking good for Yuri.
yeah.
And then he goes into that third round, and still same thing. Looks kind of slow. And then I don't know, man. I think he just his pressure just broke Khalil. 'Cause, I mean, we just watched it back before getting on this, and that pressure of Khalil was just hitting him with everything he has, and Yuri was just walking forward nonstop, throwing everything in the
Yeah.
kitchen sink at him.
No, I mean like
Wild,
just
loopy,
straight
crazy
up in your
shots.
face like that is insane.
Yeah, and I guess you could see the moment where Khalil like mentally broke, I think, and he was like, "Fuck, this guy won't go away." And then
Yeah.
that's when he started walking backwards and getting hit more.
Yeah. No,
I think that pressure is really what won him the fight, to be honest with you.
oh, I mean, that guy just has so much heart, you know what I mean, and really believing in that samurai, I guess like lifestyle mentality and everything that comes with that. It's just it's amazing, and we're so lucky to have a guy like that in the UFC.
Oh, I know.
Oh man, people, I know people really do appreciate Yuri, but at the same time, there's somehow we can show way more appreciation for a guy like that because it is insane the amount of energy and entertainment and eeriness that guy brings to like every fight and everything he does. But I feel bad for
Yeah,
Khalil
it's
because
always
Khalil was looking
entertaining.
good, but
Yeah,
man, it's part of the game, man. That's a that's a tough fight for both of those guys, obviously, and um, yeah, man. I mean, Yuri just again just put full heart on display.
yeah, it was. I mean, that pressure, the fight
Incredible.
style, everything. It was insane. It was it
Nothing
was
like a Yuri.
entertaining. I know, and the finish was it was nasty. Khalil was out.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
excited to see what's next for Yuri. I think they're talking about him and Olberg, and I think that would be a fun fight.
I'm here for it,
But
man.
that's also a fight. I mean, you can't count Yuri out ever.
Nah.
Olberg is so technical that I don't know, man. Never know.
Yeah. We here. Well, so we can definitely talk about the light heavyweight because considered a main event, obviously was taking place in the same division. I think that ties into that whole Yuri situation. But right before that, we have Marab and Corey going at it. Marab almost doing exactly what he said he was going to do and KO or TKO Corey. That
It
sequence was
was
insane. I was almost crying as a Sandhagen fan, but it was impressive to see Marab even be able to do something like that or come close to something like that.
yeah, it was that moment in itself. I was like, oh my God. He
Yeah,
almost I was not expecting him to almost knock out uh Corey and I knew the pressure was going to be there, the pace, and his pace and cardio was insane. I mean, landing 20 for 37 takedowns is
nuts.
crazy pressure. 243 landed strikes, almost threw he threw 399 total
Yeah,
strikes,
dude, that's
all while
insane.
pressuring him. And that kind of pressure is insane. Like I don't I don't think people truly understand how insane that cardio and pressure. You'll see a fight where guys will throw 200 strikes and maybe one takedown, or five takedowns and 150 strikes in a 5 round fight. Rob threw 400 strikes and 40 takedowns, pretty much. Like that, how do you stop that?
You can't unless you catch them. I mean,
It,
which is all these guys
yeah,
like like that's the only thing they can do. I mean, they have to catch him in a submission or they have to catch him on the feet. And again, I feel like if anyone's going to be able to catch him on the feet, it was going to be Sanhagen or O'Malley. Neither one of them were able to really do it. And in terms of grappling, you would think that Umar would have been able to, but he was getting out grappled by Marab. It's just like who the hell is going to beat this guy? And I don't know, man. I love Marab so much. But yeah, dude, what a performance! And then again, I was really impressed with Sanhagen. I thought Sanhagen did well. Um, I was surprised by the cardio. I know he said he wasn't really going to get gassed and stuff like that, and I didn't really expect him to at the same time, considering he trains up there in Colorado. But I was impressed he was actually able to kind of keep up and even have a good fifth round.
and you have to give Marab his flowers. But I mean, Corey, the fourth and fifth round, Corey did look good. I think he even won the fifth round.
Hmm.
If I think that's the scorecards reflect that also.
I think the
He looked
scorecards gave him
good.
that first round.
Did they give him the first?
Yeah, but well, because I mean, I thought he won the
Let me see.
first, like for sure. I personally had him winning the first and the fifth, and then Marab having a 10-8 in the second, and then a 10-9, 10-9. So I agreed with the 49-40. No, I didn't agree with the
Yeah,
49-45. No, right?
I think it was close.
What would that scorecard
Find
be?
the
Not
official.
49-45. It'd be like,
Trying to find the official scorecards. Here we
it's
go.
not like 38. What the fuck? I don't know what that'd be.
Do, do, do.
Terrible math. But
So it gave no they all judges gave Marab. Yeah, so all judges gave Corey no. Two judges gave Corey the first round,
two?
and then
Someone,
yeah,
you're
and
telling me a judge gave Marab that first round?
yeah, Mike Bell gave um Marab the first round and gave Corey the fourth round.
What the fuck was that guy watching?
Yeah,
What?
I'm shocked at that scorecard. I'm
How?
shocked at that. I could see I could see
What?
the fifth just because Corey
That
was kind of he came out throwing hot,
that
but
doesn't make any
fourth,
sense. How do you give Corey the fourth round and not him the first round, but you give Marab the first round and not the fourth round? What the fuck
yeah,
is that guy watching, dude? Oh my god.
yeah.
Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck? Anyways, fucking judges. God damn.
I know some of these judges. I'm like, what the fuck are
It's like,
y'all watching?
yeah, like you guys have to be on your phone. There's no way you're not.
I
But
I just hate how crazy like different a lot of the scorecards are.
mm-hmm.
Like, how do two judges give it to Corey first round, one doesn't, but then a random fourth round?
Yeah. That just
I don't see that.
that doesn't make any sense to me. It was either the fifth or the first. Like it was one of those two rounds. I didn't think he won. Definitely didn't win the second, and I definitely didn't think he won the third. And I mean, the fourth round was, I guess you could maybe give that to him, but I still don't think so. Like, I maybe have to go rewatch that round, but I really don't think you could give Corey that round from what I remember.
Yeah, no.
I
Yeah,
don't know. That's
I
wild.
agree.
But real quick, I do want to give props to Marab. That guy is probably one of the most humble fighters we will ever see. He was straight up saying in his post fight press conference that he was like, I probably won't consider myself great unless my grandkids ask me something about like my career, which is insane that it would take him like in his head like that long to accept that he's actually like a really good fighter, a great fighter, phenomenal fighter, and dude, I mean, most humble guy, honestly. I mean, and so goofy, so out there, not afraid to be himself, and you can just
And
tell he
his
lives in the moment, and I appreciate someone like that so much, and especially who's that humble. Like we legit could not ask for like a more model champion, honestly.
yeah, yeah. Marab is, I mean, the dominance he's displaying, the just how funny he is. Like
Yeah,
people used to talk about how boring he was, or those he originally was um posting on Instagram or whatever. It's like I guess trying to look cool and when he first was rising, but man, he is a fun champion. Like I saw Sunday or whatever. He was partying in Vegas, like on stage,
yeah.
like
I
going nuts.
think till
And
6 a.m.
someone was like, he has to go to Sterling's wedding today. He's just out there in Vegas fucking turning up.
I saw people asking. They were like, "Did he even go?" Because like, I'm
Yeah,
sure he
he
felt like shit.
100%, but I mean, he deserves it, man. Just
Yeah.
the domination that he's been displaying, the pressure. Like I said before, I have to put him in the top pound for pound list.
Oh, for sure. There's no way
Top
that
three,
you don't.
top
Yeah.
three.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know if it's probably just recency bias, but like I think he's definitely the top three, and he's not number two or three. I mean, the way he's being able to finish and dominate people, I understand like Taporia and stuff like that is able to do it, but the way that Marab is that active in doing that just brings it to a whole different level. I think like
think what's I think what's more impressive to me is he's not like a Tapuria where he goes out there and starches someone in the first round or second round and it's like just knocked out. I feel like more people not everyone can, but I feel like more people can go out there and put someone away by knockout. I find it way more impressive to do what Marab is doing, which is complete domination to where he's throwing 400 strikes and 40 takedowns and breaking the will of his opponents and not giving them a chance to breathe. That to me is more dominant and deserves to be higher on the pound for pound list than just knocking people out.
yeah, I 100% agree with that because again, like your point exactly. Anyone can kind of go into the division and knock people out, but like how many people can really go into a division and wrestle fuck and a dominant and that honestly, I think people say he's I see too many people saying that he's boring. I don't think he's that boring compared to a lot of the other grapplers that we have in the UFC right now. But
No,
there's just like come on, he's not that boring
I
anymore, dude. There's you
don't
can't say
think I
that.
don't think he's boring for the fact that he is still throwing strikes
Yeah,
and he's not grappling and stalling. He's not taking someone down and just holding them there. He's letting them get back up and throwing them back down. Pick up, back down, and he's just working them the whole time. It's his fights are constant movement, and I think that's what's really impressive to me. It's not I'm going to take you down and I'm going to hold you and let grind you out. He's like I'm going to put the pressure on you. Yeah, I'll let you think you're getting back up, then I'll take you back down. I'm going to dump you on your head. I'm going to trip you. I'm going to go for the single leg, and then I'll stand with you for a minute, give you some
yeah.
confidence, and then I'm going to take you back down.
Well, I mean, you can see that fear in Corey. Excuse me. You can see that fear in Corey. You know where he knew the shot was coming. He just didn't know fucking when. And Marab is so
Yeah,
good at not telegraphing.
and he's been getting better at his stand up because
Yeah,
people are so scared of the takedowns.
yeah. And I'm glad he has. I'm glad he's not. And again, this goes back to his humbleness, and he understands that he literally said he's like I'm not going to consider myself great because I'm always like going to be a student of the game. You know what I mean? And stuff that mindset, man, is just so important for these fighters to have because again, you see people like Marab how they're able to grow and able to develop and turn into a really dominant champion. Like not even just a dominant, but like a really dominant champion.
Yeah, he's I I don't see anyone that can beat him right now.
I don't either. I really don't. Yeah. The I think the interesting thing that he was asked, I think he was asked this kind of like at the presser, if he can, if for him to be considered great in his mind, like would he need to move up or down a weight class? And he was all like, nah. He's like, I don't really don't want to do that because like it clogs everyone else up, at the weight class I'm going to. And he's like, I
And I
gotta,
respect that.
hey, me too, 100%. And he's like, I just got a good thing going here at bantamweight. Like, why even try to mess up that momentum and stuff like that? So, I mean, it's almost like he's even embracing like rematches to like really clean out his division, which is going to be insane once he does that because I think he's going to be able to.
Yeah, I saw Sean was wanting another crack at him, and I was like, brother,
I don't know, man. I mean, that last fight was pretty convincing enough for me to be like, I don't think you're the guy to do it. I mean,
no, I saw
again, it's always possible that like they could catch him, but like it's just such a long shot now.
Sean. I saw the video of Sean and after the fight, and he was like, "Man, he took you down 20, 27 times. That's embarrassing, dude. He only took me down five because I didn't get up."
He's a good sport, dude. He is. Like
I
a lot
know.
of people give him shit, but I think he's a pretty good sport. That's pretty funny though. Fucking O'Malley, man. I'm excited to see who. It's him and Yadong, right? Is that like official or is that just kind of rumored still?
I think it's rumored. I haven't heard anything on that. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I haven't seen anything official. I just didn't know if maybe like it flew past me, but I feel like I definitely would have seen that if that was official. But if that fight gets put together, I'm pretty excited about that one. But anyways, main event time. Pereira,
Oh yeah.
fucking coming back, baby. Fucking coming back
Oh,
and
dude.
TKOing Uncle Live within what 90 seconds? Yeah, a minute 20. Oh man, what can this guy not do?
I am glad I was wrong on that.
Yeah, 100%. Me
I
too.
I thought Ankalaev was gonna get some takedowns and make it a boring fight and grind it out, but he truly fucked up talking shit to Pereira. 'Cause Pereira took it all personal,
Yeah.
and you can tell because I mean, as soon as the round started, he sprinted over there and he was on him.
That was my
He
first
was
sign.
pissed.
Yeah, that was my first sign of me going like, "Fuck, I picked the wrong guy." Like
Yeah,
because you know if Alex is coming at you like that, he's not gonna fuck it up. Like he's not gonna regret it because um, I think again with the whole like 185 and getting knocked out by Izzy sort of thing. Like I think even he kind of understands. Like I was very depleted. I can probably take a shot a bit better up here, but at the same time, um, Ankalaev is a really good striker. Don't get me wrong, and I give him a lot of praise because he's a really good counter striker. But I think when he's going on the offense and you could see him getting attacked like that, he doesn't have a whole lot to throw. And I think Alex knew that and knew what was going to be thrown probably. And again, once those like push kicks like weren't getting that distance, you could tell Magomed was just like, this fucking blows.
yeah. Think I think it shocked him to be honest with you,
Yeah,
getting getting up in his face like that. He was real hes. He was like, "What the fuck?" 'Cause I mean, Alex basically sprinted over there.
sprinted. I mean, he was up in that guy's face immediately.
I think Ankalaev was thinking he was going to be the guy in his face pressuring him to get a takedown, and Alex was going to be more hesitant because of the takedown threat. But Alex didn't give a fuck, and he went over there
Yeah.
and he started swinging, and he caught him, got him down, and then he did the this guy, this guy.
Dude, I was dying. Dude, Herb needs to fucking step in and like that could have. Dude, honestly, like I'm all for the taunts and stuff like that, but like, dude, that could have been really bad if Uncle Live was a really, really, really salty guy in the moment and wanted to get a lick back at Alex. Like I feel like he could have like right then and there. Like that wouldn't have been hard for someone to do. Like I feel like Herb really needs to be a better job, like do a better job about stuff like that.
I would have someone standing over me like
I
that.
know, dude. Like, that would have pissed off like 100% of the fighters, I bet. But I guess at the same time, I get to think about your job and shit like that. But at the same time, it's like Herb, you have to like, you can't let him do it. He did it fucking like 4 times in his face. It's like Herb,
I
you
know,
can't do that. You can't. You're a ref for a reason.
but
Fucking Herb.
damn, Alex is back.
Damn,
Like,
Alex is back. Oh,
well,
loved it.
partially, I think he broke his foot or something.
Dude, I think so. I was watching the Weasel and kind of him breaking down that fight in general and like where he thought he kind of broke his foot. I think he broke his foot kicking Uncle Live's shin. I don't think it was a check because that's kind of what a Weasel had originally thought. And um, I think it was him like trying to go shin to shin, but him using that part of his leg that he always uses to kick with, and obviously Uncle Ive's shin is being a bit tougher and more durable than a foot.
Yeah,
Um, I think that's what kind of either started it or did it, and then I think that check maybe for sure like finished the job. But I think that's like where that kind of started. But I mean, shit, it made Uncle Ive switch stances really quick.
yeah, he yeah made him switch stances, and then I just can't believe how fast Alex was on him. And then
Yeah,
it seemed like when he connected once, Uncle I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna shoot," and it was like a half shot, and he just fell back, and he had
well,
nothing.
that right hand like for sure wobbled him. Like that knocked off some equilibrium without a doubt because he was kind of like, oh. and then shot.
And that
You know,
that's the first time we've ever seen Ankalaev get finished, which is even more impressive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was just really cool to see, honestly. I mean, especially him kind of come back and really him leading up to this fight. I think was getting on some people's nerves. You know, in terms of him being like, oh, like I wasn't 100%, blah blah blah. You know, like
Yeah.
or fuck this guy, like fuck Uncle Live and fuck Ali, blah blah blah. You know, like he was just like I guess like being a little bit more emotional than what he normally is, and I think some people were kind of really, I guess, overestimating how emotional he would be, and I think he just channeled it perfectly to go finish it and really prove a point that he's he's truly one of the greatest of all time in my opinion, like combat sports wise, like without a doubt, a top
Oh,
five.
100%. He looked fucking phenomenal. And I I love Alex. Just that no man, the stoicism, I guess, like the I don't know, man. Something about him, like fucking warrior, that his fight style,
Yeah.
his calm demeanor, but he's like a fucking calm assassin.
Well, and I guess like that's what the matches against Yuri were so intriguing, was just that like they both almost have that same like kind of feeling with them. Where they're real stoic and they're real down the business. They're not afraid to give it their all and even put themselves on the line for certain shots. And you just have to respect stuff like that. There's no way you don't, and there's no way you don't appreciate, especially people like Pereira and Yuri, who are willing to really put themselves on the line for their own win and for entertainment purposes as well. Because they both understand that there is an entertainment side of this for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know what's next for Alex. I don't know how much longer he fights or what his title reign looks like anymore. But he's still talking about going to heavyweight and fighting John Jones.
Yeah, so we can move on to that because I think there's like a lot of moving parts, especially with those two divisions now. Because I guess what we mentioned earlier, you have Yuri and Olberg that could potentially fight for either an interim championship or a vacant championship. Because if anything, Olberg is either fighting Yuri or Pereira. There's no way he fights anyone else, and there's no way he should fight anyone else. That would make any sense. But
Yeah.
I really like the Olberg and Pereira fight. I want that to happen really bad. But I mean, I'm not gonna be upset about Yuri and fucking Olberg. That's gonna be a banger no matter what.
Yeah,
Um,
that'll be a good fight.
I guess
I
the
just
other person that Olberg could fight is Ankalaev, but
I don't
at the same
I don't
time,
know how much they're gonna
yeah,
push Ankalaev just because of
yeah, that's gonna be the curious part for sure to kind of see on where they go
I feel like the
for him.
UFC doesn't like him, to be honest with you.
I just don't think he brings out enough personality, and I know
Yeah.
he's got enough personality like offline and stuff like that, or he has his own like little world going on, but like the UFC, they fucking want personality like to be shining
Yeah.
everywhere, and yeah, it'd be interesting to kind of see what they do. I could see them doing Anka live in Roundtree, but um, yeah, I mean light heavyweight's kind of weird right now with those top guys
Yeah.
because they're just the elite ones, and then you have everyone else who's kind of below them.
Yeah. Agree.
And same thing with heavyweight.
So
I mean, you pretty much have the elite, which is just Tom and Cyril, I guess, and then everyone else below them. But
I imagine seeing a
Pereira
Pereira
and
and John
gone.
Jones.
Oh,
Jones.
I think that goes honestly probably like most people expect to where John's just going to try to clinch him really quick, but at the same time, I do think that Pereira is a bit quicker than John and could catch his ass really quick.
Yeah, but I think John would get him down, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that would be that.
I think that's like ninety
And
percent of the way that goes. Like I think there's that 10% where Alex like just absolutely fucking little, you know, left hook checks him or some shit. But like I think for the most part, like John gets him down and subs him within a round.
and they asked Dana about it, and Dana he's not feeling it, but he said his words were, if that's something that he really wants to do, then fuck it. So,
Hopefully that's the case, man. I mean,
because
I
he said that I mean, he went up to he's was a middleweight and then he went up to light heavyweight. It'd be a big jump to go up to heavyweight, and he's got unfinished business at light heavyweight. He's the champion. He said it wouldn't make sense unless he's trying to do it as his
yeah, retirement fight.
retirement fight.
Yeah.
But if that's something that he really wants to do, then whatever.
I
So
think I don't know, man. It's just tough because like I understand what Dana's saying. Like I think the Olberg fight is like mainly what he's referring to. I don't think there's anyone else really besides him. Um,
yeah, I
and
agree.
so it's just kind of like okay, you want to keep him at light heavyweight for one more fight to see if Olberg can beat him. But like, what if Olberg loses? Like that
I
kind of
say
puts him in a really weird spot as well.
I say take advantage of the talent and opportunity you have to make something big happen.
Oh, for
Now,
sure.
do they do they want to bring Jones back? Probably not,
I
but
personally wouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know. Um, but if you're telling me that John Jones is fighting Alex Pereira, I'll sign up to watch that fight any day of the week.
Yeah,
But and then so after the fight, Alex, because of and rest in peace, John Jones' brother, Arthur
yeah,
Jones. But Pereira after the fight did had the crowd do a moment of silence for him, and and that was very honorable. I think also that was a tactical move to try and get John Jones's attention and get his respect to say yes,
yeah. No, that's
in my
that's super
opinion.
fair. I mean, and he did kind of call out John in the post fight presser. Um, just I think that was probably the better way to handle that, especially with the recent events.
Yeah,
And again, respect
I
to
just think it
Pereira for
was
doing that. Like that was that
yeah,
was, that was cool to see.
yeah, it was, and I mean, he made the crowd be quiet,
Yeah.
which was cool. But and that's what I'm saying, like to have the crowd in your hands like that, and to command that attention and that, I mean, to be able to silence the crowd is Pereira's got it, man, and he is. I think he's already cemented himself as one of the greats in the UFC.
No, I 100% agree. Like again, I have him in a top five combat athletes of all time. Like in the UFC, he's. I mean, shit, we could do a whole episode on that. But
I think he may not have like best and biggest names on his resume, but his resume and being a two division champ and just the shit he's done, he is an all time great in the UFC for sure.
yeah, yeah. I
And I'm
think
gonna be sad when he leaves.
no, I am too for sure. He's definitely going to be one of those ones. I mean, a lot of these guys on this card, honestly, Pereira, Marab, Sanhagen, I'll be pretty upset personally. Prohaska, Roundtree Jr., Emmett, whenever he's done. Um,
I feel like we're on the edge of losing
really cool era.
a certain yeah like
Yeah.
breed and era of fighters, and I don't know how I feel about the new age of from these fighters just yet.
I think we're going to really start to see it turn into more of a sport, if that makes sense.
Yes, and I think that's where I have the issue. I guess you see more athletes in a sport versus fighters.
Yeah, yeah, which in a way I'm okay with, but I'm with you to where I see the concern on how it can get either watered down or can get kind of repetitive or it's not as
Because
entertaining. Because
yeah,
again,
it's gonna turn into
to
trying to just squeeze out decisions.
yeah, I mean, and I think one thing that the UFC can do to prevent that is obviously by signing the right people and not signing a whole bunch of point fighters and people who are grinding out decisions. And again, I think that's a reason why they have like contender series and why they do the Ultimate Fighter still and all that good stuff to kind of see on where they can really build off of their stars. But yeah, it's just it's gonna be an interesting turning point probably within the next what 5 years maybe. So like by 2030, I'd imagine like it being more considered of a sport. I guess for most people, I know it's considered a sport like right now, but I think for most people to like really look at it as a sport, I think it'll be probably within the next 5 years.
Maybe incentivizing, like, I guess, um, fighters to be more entertaining
Yeah.
in a
Well,
way, like
I mean,
finishing. I,
yeah,
I, I know they have like bonuses of the nights, but like
yeah. I just kind of
only
wonder like
one
what
or
the
two
direction will be
fighters
for
get that.
that as well. But
Yeah.
I I don't
Um.
know. It's gonna be an
Yeah.
interesting time period.
Let's see. Let's
Um,
you want to, or do you have anything else with this card?
now with this card, I mean, I thought it was just great. I mean, light heavyweight kind of gets a little janky with. I mean, I think it was gonna get a little janky even with Roundtree winning, um, and with Pereira winning, but I think it's just gonna. It's good to see Pereira back first of all, and Marab again, a champion that we should all I think strive to look up to for sure and strive to be.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, dude, a great card, great card. I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing card, to be honest with you. It turned out very, very good.
Um,
Um, so for this upcoming fight card
yeah, Oliveira and Gamrot,
this
the
weekend,
replacement.
yeah, we've already kind of, I mean,
We gone over that main event.
we,
Some of the other
yeah,
fights though, I'm looking forward to on this card. Um, I mean, Walter Walker's
I
back against Usman. Hold on one second. My cat is screaming for me.
think Figueiredo and Montel Jackson will be good.
All right.
I think
Um,
uh I think Figueiredo and Jackson will be good.
yeah,
Both of them like to come out and swing.
I'm surprised. Figgy's the underdog in that.
Yeah. Well,
I know there's a
Jackson's
lot of
looked
hype
good
on
his
Montel
last
for
few
sure.
fights.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
he's getting old too. He's
I mean,
37 now.
yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
And then
It's not that crazy. Luke and
Luque versus
Alvarez murder.
uh I I don't like Luque in this fight.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming off of a sub loss to Kevin Holland. I mean, it's not.
Because I mean, again,
I get,
he looked too hesitant. You know what I mean? Like there's just no urgency or
I'm
no killer instinct. I guess the way he used to have. And against
I'm
someone
just
like
surprised
Alvarez, that's gonna suck.
he's still fighting after
Yeah,
his whole like brain swelling situation he had.
yeah. No, I'm 100% with you on that. I'm surprised I didn't make him retire.
I thought they were, and he came back, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I get it, you had the fighting spirit, and I mean that's all you know. But I I like when guys know when to call it quits.
Well, it's kind of a shame too that like I guess no one in his team is kind of being like Luke, like it may be time, bud. You know what I mean? Especially how the like last
Yeah,
two fights have looked. Because he didn't look great against Buckley, didn't look great against Holland. Definitely. There's no way he looks good against Alvarez. There's no way. If he does, it'd be a miracle.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's definitely a name building opportunity more than anything.
Um, looking at the prelims,
Yeah, there's not really
Trino,
too many big names on the
Trino should
prelims.
be
Yeah,
a fun fight.
Thomas Peterson
Um,
fight week, baby.
yeah, I mean,
Nothing too big. I mean, I think it'll be a good
Walter
card.
Walker and Muhammad Usman. I think it'll be a solid card. I think there will be a lot of entertainment on this one. Then they're in Brazil, which is always a good time as far as a crowd perspective. I I hope Oliveira can pull it off. I just see it being a hard fight for him, especially coming off this knockout.
Yeah, I guess like that's the biggest concern, right? It's just more of his chin.
Yeah, I would I would love to see him pull it off in his hometown, but I'm not too crazy about this matchup, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
And
I,
I could see it being a boring fight also.
it's even right now,
Yeah,
which is interesting. I mean, because I guess they're really counting on, for one, Oliver's chin probably not to be fully recovered yet, and then also with the ground game, I'm sure that they already know Gamrot's going to try to take it down, and if that's the case, I mean, Oliver definitely has a chance there. It, I don't know. It's gonna be really interesting to see where Gamrot's game plan is for this.
I think he's gonna take it as like this is my shot to capitalize. If I want to be in that top five to go for a championship, I have to. I think he'll bring it this fight.
Yeah, I'm hoping Oliveira somehow pulls it off, but I feel like at the same time,
I agree.
it's just one of those things that like I really wouldn't mind like almost a new face to like challenge for the title. Um, but I mean it's Gamrot.
Um, yeah, I'm excited for the card. I think it'll be a fun card. I think it'll be entertaining. I like that it's a little earlier in the day too.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's at
Yeah.
3.
Uh,
Yes,
I know.
I'll take
I'll
it.
probably miss like the first part of the prelims, but just
That's
the
not.
main card at 6 is nice.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I
definitely a fan of these earlier cards. I mean, even like the ones that
know,
start like at
dude.
11 a.m. Oh, yes, please.
Being in Central Time
Oh,
and staying up
yes.
to watch the fights, dude. I'm like, it's like midnight, and I'm like, fuck, dude, for these
I
fights.
know. I feel so bad for European fans though, man. Like, I don't know how they do that. I don't
I know.
understand.
I struggle, dude. Sometimes I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
I can't stay awake, but I'm trying to watch this.
Yeah, it's like 11:30.
Hey,
Like, oh
dude,
fuck.
I'm getting old, man. I got kids. I'm fucking tired. I be staying up till midnight to watch Pereira knock alive out in a minute.
Beat the fuck out of Ankalaev. Didn't even stand a
And
chance.
I love when the main event ends quickly. I hate when it's a 5 round decision. It's like 1:30 when it's over, and you're like,
It's so funny you say that because like I was talking to someone at my work the other day and she was like, "Oh, hey, like I heard cuz I told her like, like we had this podcast and stuff like that and she was kind of talking to me about like a couple times she'd like watched UFC fights and she watched I think the one that she was bringing up if I remember correctly was Hamzat and DDP and she was all like I can't believe we paid for that. I was like, yeah, I was like that was kind of like just a unfortunate, boring one. Like most of the time they deliver pretty good. And she was all like, yeah.
yeah,
She's like, I heard like, oh, I guess then I saw her, after this weekend yesterday or something like that. And she was all like, oh, hey, like I heard the card was like pretty good. And I was like, yeah, yeah, like it was a really good card. And she was all like, she's like, the times I don't buy it, they're good, and every time I buy it, they're bad. I was like, yeah. I was like, it ended pretty quick, and she was all like, yeah. She's like, I'm not really like a fan of that either, though. I was like, that's fair. I was like, I understand that. But I'm with you. I'm like, I don't care how it ends. Like, I better just be fucking entertaining.
yeah, 100%.
And it's kind of hard for a prayer fight not to be entertaining unless he's 40% apparently.
Yeah, and I mean he showed. I believe him after
Yeah,
that performance.
yeah, no joke. Like, you have to. I mean, he's really one of the few that was like, I wasn't 100%. I'm gonna fucking really prove it to you. And boy, did he. I think that activity was hurting him.
I think so too. And he was flying across the world doing world tours and
Yeah, just not letting his body really heal.
a bunch of YouTube stuff. And yeah, I think he got so famous that I mean, he was just doing everything. Um, I think that's a lot of guys just get worn down doing that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, understandably. I mean, I can't imagine kind of flying all over the globe and then also like probably sparring everywhere you go and then having to do all sorts of
Yeah.
media every day.
Yeah,
I
and
think also
how
get
good
ready
is
for a
your
real
training
fight.
doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And there's only so much I guess you can probably do with in terms of getting looks as well. But yeah, dude, what a guy. Glad he's back. Be interesting to kind of see where
Oh
he
yeah,
goes and what they do with him next. I honestly
yeah.
thought he was gonna win it and retire, but it makes sense to try to go up the heavyweight, especially if you win it, and try to do one more super
I
fight if you can.
think he really wants that super fight.
Yeah, I think they should give it to him, especially if that's gonna be his retirement fight. And I guess like Dana was saying, like that'll be the case if that is what he wants. But um,
To be honest, dude, if John Jones, I mean, when John Jones was champion, that would have been the time to do it. But
yeah, 100%.
imagine Pereira being the first three-weight champion.
How would you have felt if like that was the case though? So like let's say they did, John won the belt right against Gon, and then they had Aspinall win the interim, and then John fighting Stipe, and then John fighting Alex, even with Tom still as an interim. Like, how would you have felt about that?
I still would have felt like Aspinall got. I I would have felt Aspinall got fucked. I mean, he's the only person in history to have to defend an interim championship, which I think is bullshit. I think if that was the case, they should have never offered him an interim championship. And don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have seen Alex go up and fight, but I don't know. I think that whole situation was poor handling by the UFC.
No, 100%. I
And
mean, it.
and shout out to fucking Aspinall for sticking around because I would have, I was him, I probably would have felt super disrespected and left.
Yeah, I mean, but like, I guess at the same time, it's just like, where do you go? Like if you're
Yeah,
him,
that's true. That's
and
true.
and I guess like that's also an issue just with the UFC being the UFC and how big they are. Like I guess Tom could have gone to one, but I don't think like De Ritter has very good things to say about one and how they handle their fights and contracts and stuff like that. And Mikey Mishimi like didn't have very good um, like contract deals like with them and stuff. I think the only times like I've really heard like someone actually have good contracts with them was like DJ, and like that's just because he's DJ. Like how are you not gonna give that guy a
Yeah,
good contract?
which dude, I can't believe they fucking
I can't believe they traded. That
they got
was
rid of
that
these.
was still
Yeah,
insane. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I'm a big Ben Askren fan. Like I love that guy, but it yeah that like just didn't make any sense to me at all. Especially at the time
I
like
think
Ben was at like just didn't make any sense.
UFC just didn't like DJ for some reason.
Yeah, they didn't like the smaller weight classes. I think if he was gonna be like around now, they would appreciate him a lot more. But I think he just got stuck in his shit time, to where they just really didn't care for those smaller weight classes, unfortunately. And he was like a result of that, to where they were kind of like easily like letting him go.
Yeah, I just think, yeah, I don't know. I can't wrap my head around why you would let one of your best fighters of all time go.
Yeah,
And it's not like he was a boring like flyweight.
no, he really wasn't. I mean, he was just dominant, you know. And I think,
I think it's because he gave a lot of pushback.
yeah, that too for sure.
He kept trying to get more money and just always gave a lot of pushback.
Yeah, it's not like Dana's been a big fan of pushback ever.
Yeah, that's true.
But all right,
But
man.
all right, man.
Yeah, you got
That's all
anything
I
else?
got.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
That makes it pretty easy then. Well, appreciate everyone who tuned in. We will see you on the next episode. Um, y'all might be in for some changes here pretty soon. We will definitely see and kind of feel it out. But Devin, a pleasure as always. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next week.
yep. Thank you guys for listening.
Later.